It's their loyalty oath to America.
Are you now, or have you ever been
a joke at first. Murrow signed it.
Murrow signed it? If you don't sign this, are you and I a target?
If I don't sign it, they'll fire me.
10 seconds. Ready on camera, then.
Good evening.
Any man who protects communists is not fit to wear that uniform.
You can't convict people by rumor and hearsay and innuendo.
Are my children going to be asked to denounce me? Are they going to be judged on what their father was labeled? I see a chain reaction that has no end.
Charges were in a sealed envelope. Nobody saw them.
Wouldn't you guess that the people who have seen the contents of that envelope might have a better idea of what makes someone a danger to his country? Or do you think it should just be you that decides?
Who are the people? Are they elected? Are they appointed? Is it you?
I've searched my conscience, and I can't find any justification for this.
Our next show is going to be about Senator McCarthy. We're going to go right at him.
We will not walk in fear one of another. This is no time for men who oppose Senator McCarthy's methods to keep silent.
Mr. Edward R. Murrow has made repeated attacks upon me and those fighting communists.
Somebody's going to go down.
You're going to get audited this year.
Not me, you.
McCarthy wants April 6th.
I will not be deterred.
He's going to come after me.
Do you understand the position you're putting us in?
Let's walk very carefully through these next few moments.
Why don't you just fire me, Bill?
Go after Joe Kennedy. We'll pay for it.
Murrow is the symbol, the leader, and the cleverest of the jackal pack, engaged in propaganda for communist causes.
Okay, fellas, here we go. We might as well go down swinging.
We're going to go with the story, because the terror is right here in this room.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We cannot defend freedom abroad by deserting it at home. Good night, and good luck.
Why their father is a security risk? If the thing is let stand as if the first recommendation was sent out by the board, I see a chain reaction that has no end to anybody, for anybody.
Well, that's new. I don't think you can call this a neutral piece.
The other side's been represented rather well for the last couple of
To the
years.
Air Force, they
you're
haven't
just
gone on the
going to,
record.
Forego the standards you've stuck to for 15 years? Both sides, no
We
commentary.
all editorialize. It's
Just
to
making
what
sure we
degree.
identify what
We're
it is you
giving
won't
them
do.
the information up front, and we're asking them to comment on it.
Fred, hold on, Fred. I've searched my conscience, and I can't for the life of me find any justification for this. And I simply cannot accept that there are, on every story, two equal and logical sides to an argument. Call it editorializing if you'd like.
It is editorializing.
They're going to have equal
Period.
time to defend themselves.
Do you understand the position you're putting us in?
We are all in this together. If the Senate wants to
Do me
investigate...
this favor, Fred. Avoid any big speeches about how we're all in a big boat together, okay? Please don't insult me. I have to go back to Mr. Paley and Alcoa, who sponsors your show, and also happens to have some military contracts, and I have to tell them that they're going to be in a bit of a tough bind because of a beef you had with Joe McCarthy.
We're not going at McCarthy.
Well, you're starting the goddamn fire.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Mr. Friendly, there's a Colonel Anderson to see you.
Colonel?
Yeah, he's in your office.
All right.
There's two of them.
Maybe they like the transcript and will compliment us on it.
This is the sister, Margaret Radulovich Fishman. She neither defends nor explains her political activities.
I feel that my activities, will be they what they may, or my political beliefs, are my own private affair.
If are my children going to be asked to denounce me? Are they going to be judged on what their father was labeled? Are they going to have to explain to their friends, etc., why their father is a security risk? I see absolutely that this is a chain reaction. If the thing is let stand as if the first recommendation was sent out by the board, I see a chain reaction that has no end to anybody, for anybody.
Perhaps you will permit me to read a few sentences just at the end, because I would like to say rather precisely what I mean. We have told the Air Force that we will provide facilities for any comment, criticism, or corrections it may wish to make in regard to the case of Milo Radulovich. We are unable to judge the charges against the lieutenant's father or sister because neither we, nor you, nor they, nor the lawyers, nor the lieutenant know precisely what was contained in that manila envelope. Was it hearsay, rumor, gossip, slander, or hard ascertainable facts that could be backed by credible witnesses? We do not know. We believe the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, even though that iniquity be proved, and in this case it was not. But we believe, too, that this case illustrates the urgent need for the armed forces to communicate more fully than they have so far done the procedures and regulations to be followed in attempting to protect the national security and the rights of the individual at the same time. Whatever happens in this whole area of the relationship between the individual and the state, we will do it ourselves. It cannot be blamed on Malenkov or Mao Zedong or even our allies. And it seems to us, that is, Fred Friendly and myself, that this is a subject that should be argued about endlessly. Good night, and good luck. This might just do nobody any good. At the end of this discourse, a few people may accuse this reporter of fouling his own comfortable nest, and your organization may be accused of having given hospitality to heretical and even dangerous ideas. But the elaborate structure of networks, advertising agencies, and sponsors will not be shaken or altered. It is my desire, if not my duty, to try to talk to you journeymen with some candor about what is happening to radio and television. And if what I say is responsible, I alone am responsible for the saying of it. Our history will be what we make of it. And if there are any historians about 50 or 100 years from now, and there should be preserved the kinescopes of 1 week of all 3 networks, they will there find, recorded in black and white and in color, evidence of decadence, escapism, and insulation from the realities of the world in which we live. We are currently wealthy, fat, comfortable, and complacent. We have a built-in allergy to unpleasant or disturbing information. Our mass media reflect this. But unless we get up off our fat surpluses and recognize that television in the main is being used to distract, delude, amuse, and insulate us, then television and those who finance it, those who look at it, and those who work at it may see a totally different picture too late. I began by saying that our history will be what we make it. If we go on as we are, then history will take its revenge and retribution will not limp in catching up with us. Just once in a while, let us exalt the importance of ideas and information. Let us dream to the extent of saying that on a given Sunday night, the time normally occupied by Ed Sullivan is given over to a clinical survey on the state of American education. And a week or two later, the time normally used by Steve Allen is devoted to a thoroughgoing study of American policy in the Middle East. Would the corporate image of their respective sponsors be damaged? Would the shareholders rise up in their wrath and complain? Would anything happen other than a few million people would have received a little illumination on subjects that may well determine the future of this country and therefore the future of the corporations? To those who say people wouldn't look, they wouldn't be interested, they're too complacent, indifferent, and insulated, I can only reply, there is, in one reporter's opinion, considerable evidence against that contention. But even if they are right, what have they got to lose? Because if they are right, and this instrument is good for nothing but to entertain, amuse, and insulate, then the tube is flickering now, and we will soon see that the whole struggle is lost. This instrument can teach, it can illuminate, and yes, it can even inspire. But it can do so only to the extent that humans are determined to use it towards those ends. Otherwise, it is merely wires and lights in a box. Good night, and good luck.